Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more Frostpunk the Last Autumn. We're making pretty good progress. We are about 3 days ahead of schedule, which is just fantastic. We've got one more support frame to build, making solid progress there, and then we're also working on the core. Now, we did go ahead and make a nice little safety upgrade in the last one. We went ahead and put in some fire dampeners, which I'm sure is going to be a good thing because knowing this game, something bad's going to happen eventually. And I'm hoping that'll keep us alive, or at least some of our workers. Now, at the moment, we have a couple of workers who need to be reassigned, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And I think I'm going to do that by putting 5 workers in each of these timber mills, these sawmills. If we're lucky enough, we could possibly clean up just a little bit of this a little bit quicker through spreading it out. So I know these guys will focus all on these, but I think we'll get the best economy of clearing out this land through using both at the same time, which I'm hoping should work out. They have pretty much the same amount of timber, so that's kind of the goal, and a little bit of overlap will make that disappear much faster. So that's what we're going to do. We also have tech started for the next high flow filters. That's going to save us a little bit of extra coal. At the moment, we're only losing about 30 per day, which realistically is not too bad. But again, we always do need to keep a careful eye on things. We need to make a few more steel composites if we are going to be able to complete the mission. Not to mention, there are a couple of upgrades which I would like to see. We have a riser system. I'm not sure what that does, but it can't be bad. Overdrive, we know that that is important, and the same thing with heat vents. I feel like that could potentially be a safety add-on, which anything that makes things safer is probably better for us. But either way, we have an event, so let's go ahead and see what's going on. Alright, the beginning of the end. Change of plans. Okay, well, glad we're ahead. Sir, a telegram from London. We're going to be cut off. The frost is coming sooner than expected. Royal Meteorological Society warns that the sea will freeze in 12 days, stopping all navigation and fishing. We will cease all shipments in 10 days. Start stockpiling materials and food. The evacuation by an icebreaker is planned in 18. It is imperative that you complete the generator by then. Good luck. Wow, okay, so let's just see. Okay, so seas freezing in 12, which will stop all navigation and fishing. Okay, fishing is bad. We need to have a stockpile of food. We will cease shipments in 10 days, so if we don't have the workers, the prosthetics, or the steam cores, we're toast. And then we need to make sure that we're stockpiling materials and goods. Okay. The evacuation by an icebreaker is planned in 18 days, so we have till then to finish this. It's imperative that we complete the generator by then. Okay. So now we have a bit of a time frame. Yeah, 18 days. So that'll take us to day 36. Wait, no. 46, sorry. Realistically, I think we may be in an alright position. So if we've got 18 days to finish things, at the moment, we're doing everything at about half time of what it's proposing. It's not quite, but it's close enough. Yeah, 2 12s, another 10. Okay, so that's, what, say, just shy of, well, just over 6 hours. So that's about 13, 18, 19 hours worth of research. That's 2 days. And then another 12 and 10, again, if we even choose to start upgrading. And then as well as, yeah, advanced reloading stations and advanced docks. Yeah, realistically, I don't think we're going to be in too much trouble, especially if we can get these up and running, which I think the advanced stock is now going to be what we'll go for. We'll try and make sure that we have as many supplies surplus as possible. We're definitely going to stay on standard meals from this point onwards. I cannot afford a 1-to-1 ratio at this stage. We need to make sure that we are stockpiling. So, you know what? That's kind of handy. We are building a large resource depot as we speak. So I think going for food is going to be ideal. I'm pretty sure that said, what, it's going to be about 6 days of supplies that we're going to need. So, yeah, we definitely need to increase that. Not to mention we still have more strikes and whatever else to negotiate. So that will be a very important thing that we have a solid stockpile. Okay, so let's see. Anything else we need to worry about? I'm guessing when things freeze over, maybe we'll be able to walk on the ocean, or well, walk over the bay and maybe start dismantling that ship. That would be my guess for some extra steel. Other than that, let's see. Yeah, we may need to start importing some timber. I feel like that could be very important. Okay, so let's see what's happened. What's this? A bout was taking place due to our laws and someone got injured. Alright, well that's not fantastic, but you should be fairly okay. Let's check in on the infirmary. You'll be back in... how long? Hopefully it's nothing too severe. Oh, but we have another event, so you know what? I guess we'll have to check in on that first. Alright, the beginning of the end, preparing for the cold. Sir, the coming cold threw everyone off guard, but if the forecasts are true, it will make finishing construction much more difficult. Crew working on technology started to think about ways we could at least somewhat mitigate the coming cold. If you want to, some ideas could be developed into solutions per your request. Okay. Yes, please. New technology will be shown. What have we got? Ah, we now have a fourth technology tree. Okay. This is going to be rather curious. Okay, so we're going to get to start using the heat. Okay, so let's see. What have we got? Allows us to heat workplaces for a coal per hour. Okay, that could be important. Healthcare insulation, again, that will also be good. Make sure that people don't get sick. Braziers. Allows us to build braziers, which burn coal, raising the temperature around them. Okay, so creates a small heated zone around it using 3 coal per hour, unmodified. Okay, so basically like our steam hubs, but a more basic edition of them. That's not too bad. And then what else have we got? Radiator extensions, improved blowers as well. I'm guessing that just means that'll increase their range or maybe their efficiency with their coal. Oh no, never mind. And then we have efficient burners. Okay, so yeah, these will be good to have a little bit in advance, but again, I'm not too concerned. I think the main thing that we're going to work on is these advanced docks. And then from there, I think we'll go for... yeah, we'll go for the safety improvements, ventilation, all of that sort of thing. Add another one of those safety measures in to counteract the toxic gases. I don't see that getting worse than +3, but you never know what the game may throw at us, so that may be important. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll set this to cooked food. That'll be easily dealt with. I do want to go ahead and build another one of these, but we will see. I was kind of hoping in that tech tree we would get access to a hothouse. That would have been particularly good, but I guess it is what it is. So, yeah, that's gonna have to be what it is. Good news is that we do have 2 huge coal piles. That's a solid amount of coal. That's, yeah, almost 4,000 coal. That's not bad. And then, yeah, either way, we'll figure things out as time goes by, but it looks like a fire has broken out. Well, isn't that just handy? Abolition of privileges. Oh dear, suspicious fire. A fire devastated the construction site. Thankfully, it broke out after working hours, so there are no victims. The speed with which it spreads is suggestive of arson, and people report seeing someone loitering around the site shortly before the fire. Construction progress was set back slightly, and the site is cluttered with fire debris. What is your priority? Okay, safety or speed? Well, at the moment it's 2:30 a.m, so construction will stop for 4 hours. Discontent will rise. Yeah, I think that is definitely the way to go. Also, too, if we go ahead and prioritize safety, we might not miss something, and we should, I don't know, we'll have a better chance of figuring something out if something did happen and maybe prevent it next time. But the fact that someone started doing that is not a good thing. Also, too, I'm really disappointed at the engineers. We've kind of been as nice as we can to them. We don't want to go too far down the Book of Laws. We do have access to... what is this? Yeah, so we signed the abolition of privileges, so yeah, the engineers now can do physical work if required. We won't use that as they have less efficiency. It just doesn't make sense, and workers, well, sorry, engineers can do any work, but workers used as engineers are less efficient. We're not going to go with that. I do see that a people's militia could be very beneficial. We will need to build one of these. Again, that's nothing too severe. Yeah, lowers discontent by giving workers a sense of safety. And there's no real problems to that. If it is an upgrade to our People's Militia Labour Union, yeah, it will reduce discontent. Discontent will fall slightly. As long as we don't go to the very edge of things, I think this may be the next war that we pass, especially if people are beginning to move to things like arson. If we can keep it nice and safe and potentially stop any horrendous damage happening to the generator, we may not lose too much time. Or at least that is the plan. Alright, so let's see. How was that patient? 6 hours? Okay, so he'll be back at work fairly early in the morning. That's nothing too severe. I'm not sure where he was working. I'm sure there'll be an absence notification at some point, but until then, I'm not really too concerned. We are still dealing with the daily loss of motivation, which is now moved to the next tier, I suppose, of alarming instead of concerning. Not looking forward to that. Oh my goodness. Yep. There we go. That is something we want to try and mitigate as much as possible. That extra 30% bonus to our efficiency is absolutely necessary. So we're going to go ahead and do an evening service, increase our motivation there, and then yeah, I think that's all of the houses more or less. Is there anything else that we can do? I think there's the labor union that only helps us deal with strike, but that isn't happening, and we have our council square. We can't use this for another day either, so yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to wait for that. Yeah, I really don't want us to lose that extra motivation. This motivation has been so helpful in getting us ahead of the curve. I really do not want to lose it if we can avoid it. But again, not much can be done about that, so it just is what it is. Although, hang on, theoretically, hang on a second, didn't we pick up some agitators? Let's see. Yeah, that can be heard in 11 workplaces. Yeah, here's words of encouragement. People will have higher motivation. Okay, so we definitely need to build more of those. When we get the timber, we'll go ahead and finish building the streets out to our new council square by this dock. We'll also go ahead and throw in an agitator there. This hits, what, 28 workers. We could also possibly throw another one down here as well. That would be particularly nice. Yeah, making sure people are happy is going to be, or sorry, keeping people motivated is going to be highly crucial. Alright, so let's check in on the safety limits at the moment. What are we at? Safe as can be. In fact, a little safer than necessary, but we will keep it where it is. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then, what's this one? The machine shop. That is also one more than necessary. I think the extra efficiency from having the short shift is probably worth keeping for now. And then profiles manufacture, that is also quite safe. Yeah, you know what? We could, yeah, there we are, turn off those safety procedures. We can still make good progress there. All right, now we are definitely going to need more of these structural profiles. That will be necessary to keep things nice and safe. Although, hang on a second, the protective structures there seems working, and then... Actually, you know what? No, never mind. I guess we are as safe as we're going to be, so it just is what it is. We can't quite finish the support frame today, but that's okay. That is assuming, of course, actually, never mind. We have 3 absent right now. Maybe we could finish this in time for today, but we will see. And then we just have the core that we're still trying to make progress on. But at the very least, we do have access to the supercharge, so I'm hoping we can capitalize and make some very fast advancements there. That will certainly keep us on task. Alright, so how are we doing? Timber is going up, that is very nice. Tech is finished in about 2 hours, that'll save us the coal. Yeah, actually, I'm really curious to see what that will swing the margin of here. So, as I said, yeah, we're about 30... actually, you know what? It's only about a swing of 26, so I think that that should be fairly good for us. We are getting really close on steel to be capped. I think we should... Is we'll put things back in the right margin. You know what? We're going to stay till the next hour, and then we'll revisit to see if we need to move some manpower around and make sure that we are producing as much coal as necessary. Oh, and it looks like something else is going wrong. Okay, of course it is. Oh, and these guys are out of a job, you know what? Let's go ahead and pop that there. And you know what? Maybe we'll move some of those workers. But either way, in a second. Okay, official doctrine, pessimist. Oh dear. Sir, a group of workers reports the defeatist attitude of their colleague. He's such a complainer. Nothing but, oh, we will never finish this thing on time, and we will all die here for nothing. The end is nigh, and there's a worm in my soup, and so on. Everyone's sick of it. They demand that you straighten him out, or they'll do it. Oh, okay, well. We're not going to let him vent. We cannot afford the motivation to fall. Oh, good grief. I really want to keep the motivation as high as possible, and that doesn't say slightly fall either, so that could be a decent amount. In fact, I almost expect it to take it right to the threshold, more or less. Discontent will rise, though, if we punish him. Come on, we've played a pretty good game so far. We've tried to keep everybody to their, you know, allow people to have their own opinions. I don't really want to upset him, but you know what? Maybe if we let him vent and he then comes around. Although that being said, though, they might kill him too. That wouldn't be out of the question. You know what? I don't think that the guy deserves it, but it's not giving me a better option to keep him safe, so I guess we're going to have to punish him instead. Yeah, discontent can just be what it is. We'll work on that as time goes by. Let's also go ahead and shuffle a couple of workers from there. Let's go ahead and send them... Oh, wow, we've really cleaned up some of this area right about there. Yeah, definitely the right way to go. Maybe we go... Send another 2 here and another 2 there. And then with the remaining 2... how much coal have we got? Let's go ahead and make sure that that stockpile is growing. Yeah, that should be good. We'll keep a weather eye on these piles. If they start getting to a point where we cannot... Yeah, if they start getting to a point where they're beginning to cap, we'll shuffle them to another job. But for now, I think that's going to have to be the best spot. Also, too, I realized that a shipment has arrived, and we should probably go ahead and call on in some more technology. Beacon. There we go. Telegraph station. A limit of 43. Okay. Let's go with... I think 2 steam cores should be fine. And then, you know what? Let's also go with another prosthetic. That takes us to 43. Yeah, I'm really concerned that something bad's going to happen and we're going to have a bunch of amputees that aren't really productive. So I do want a stockpile of those. Yeah, I think that's going to be what's necessary. So let's go ahead and order that in. Those 2 extra steam cores will be good. That means we could upgrade, what, 1, 2 to the next tier when we get that tech, and then another level 1. Yeah, steam cores are going to be highly coveted soon. All right, well, there we go. Ventilation plants are now 15% more efficient with their coal. How does that look? Okay, we're now in the green, but we still need more of those, what do we call them? Yeah, composites. So that doesn't totally fix things. All right, let's start the tech. Let's see. I am thinking about possibly going for some of this heat. But I think, given our current situation, we have, what, 1 day, 2 days before the temperature falling. Okay, 2 days before things fall. That'll only cost us about 5 hours. That's 10. We can get both of these done in a single day. We could even go ahead and get some more efficient burners as well over the next day and a half. That's not particularly bad. We don't need the engineers right now, although their freed up manpower would give us an extra 2 workers if we needed. What else could we do? I think we have to start with the advanced docks. Try and get as many materials in as possible. Again, I would have loved to do this, but we don't seem to have the timber at this stage. So maybe that's not the best thing for us. Those safety improvements would be good, though. Although, oh, that extra additional plant would be nice, because as it stands, yeah, we're 1 level 2 dangerous than I would prefer. Although that would also mean if we built another one, we would, oh, we have the supercharge. Let's go ahead and do that before I forget. That would mean we are burning through more coal for all 3. Ah, that is such a predicament, because at this rate, how long is this going to take us? This is done in 5 hours, so this will be done beginning of tomorrow morning. This will be done... how long? Well, we're not really making much progress there. Okay, so we still have, say, 2 days worth of building. Yeah, and we are 4 days ahead of schedule where we currently sit. So, yeah, we've already gained an extra 24 hours. I think at this stage, it's going to be a little bit until we start working on assembling the generator itself. Let's go ahead and... yeah, I think we don't have to worry about that thermal hull, which I'm assuming is going to be 1 more level of danger over each... for each base safety level for the next component. So I don't think we have to worry about getting the ventilation plant integration just yet, although that would be nice. I think what we're going to do is, yeah, we're going to go ahead and make sure that we are sorted as far as resources. Advanced docks, this is the way. We'll go ahead and start working on that now. Unfortunately, we won't get that finished as quickly as I would want. I'd really love to be able to do at least 1 emergency shift, get us that a little bit further ahead on technology, but at the moment, you know, at a research rate of 185%, that is particularly quick. Of course, assuming we can keep our motivation where it is. Speaking of which, let's just double check. Is there anything we can do? No, still can't do more motivational speeches. Oh, we also do need extra timber for our roads. Yeah. Let's go ahead and tie you in there, go straight across there, and then build this across to here, and then back in. Yeah, we'll have that road, and then you know what? We can demolish that little spot there. Anything else we can kind of play around with? Not really. Okay, so let's go ahead and build... where is it? We want to have another agitator. If we pop that there, that'll work on all of those buildings. In fact, I think... yeah, if we pop that there, that'll be the best spot we can put it. Because that's against the side of a building that's never going to move. Yeah, that should at least help the motivation in that area there. We could also... part of me wants to put this here, but putting the road further down wouldn't be a bad idea either. Yeah, let's go ahead and move the road a little bit closer as well. Let's go... you know what, let's go to about here. We didn't need too much more, and we can turn this into a square once we've cleared out this section as well. Yeah, that'll also help things out. So let's go ahead and pop that there as well. That'll be really nice. Anywhere else we could pop one of these and increase our motivation. It seems fairly well covered, this little colony of ours. Yeah, we're not going to bother with that, but we are getting close on coal. Sorry, on steel. So let's go ahead and queue up a few more things. We'll do one more of these. I think we're just going to leave one worker in there. We're going to send the other 5, or the other 4, sorry. We're going to send them to... Where do we want to go? I guess we have to go with our wood production. That's going to be the best bet for us. Yeah, see if we can clear out this as quick as possible. Yeah. Alright, well, it is what it is. Also unfortunate that we can't get this finished before the end of day. I was kind of hoping we could finish this as a fairly late tech in the day. That way overnight we could happily upgrade these things and not have to worry about that, but I guess not. Oh right, and also we have steel issues. Let's go... What have we got? Steel here, food rations there. You know what? Let's convert that across. We'll change that to steel. We have a large resource depot, so that is no longer the dire nature that it used to be. Yeah, we'll have plenty of room for storage. This thing can hold 1,800 meals. That's pretty solid. That takes us up to what? Takes us up to a good... Let's just check the economy. It tells us for us, so why should we bother? There we go. We can house 2,100 meals. That's fantastic. Not to mention an extra 300 food, which will turn into... what's that? 600 meals? Yeah, realistically, we don't need any more storage than that. That'll happily get us through the 6 days that are required for us to persevere through. I am kind of tempted to go ahead and get rid of one of these harbors. Maybe the steel production here. It wouldn't be the worst if we just turned that over to timber. Maybe work on some wood stores as well. Yeah, we'll just figure things out. Now, we still do have Site 120 to deal with. That's got 4 days there. I think it takes us about 12 hours to get there. So I'm not too concerned about reaching that, although we also have these foragers all the way up here. They'll be there for the next 7 days, which isn't too bad. So yeah, 80 raw food every 1 day and 8 hours. So they'll be there for another what's this? Yeah, I guess another 6 days. Okay, let's go and see what we can do. I would love a little bit extra timber as well, just so we can set up a couple more resource depots. That wouldn't be too bad for us. Yeah, we'll just have to see. Although that is a whole stack of steel. We really do need to start spending that somewhere, and I think... let's check in on our generator construction. What do we need here? We need 50 steam exchanges. We have 62 queued. Assuming we do another 2... of the overcharges or the supercharges, that'll take us down to 2 left over, and then that would leave us with another 54 that we need to be able to produce these as well, these optional upgrades. So let's go ahead and queue up a whole stack of those. Knowing that we need another 62 certainly means we don't have to worry too much with how much we're spending there. Yeah, bring that back down to 167. That is well and truly better. That takes us to 103 queued up. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about this. 20 workers there. That'll work out really, really well. We already have how many composites? Should have stayed here. 24. So we do have enough, yeah, for the next stage. And then we should have a few left over as well for any safety features they want to add on. But I doubt that that will be the case in the next couple of days, as we're still working on this stage. So I think we should be all good. Yeah, or at least that's the plan. Alright, well, it looks like in another hour we can pass a law, so I think we'll go ahead and work on that militia. We don't want any rioting to occur. We don't want any damage to the generator. That would be a bad day for everybody, so we'll try and work on that. So let's go ahead and let's just double check administration. Oh, that's right, of course. Only the cocaine pills, but we're not going to do that. ODing and drugs are bad, so yeah, we're not going to go ahead and pass that. We've already got propaganda up and running. That gave us access to the agitators. but I think we're going to go for the People's Militia. Yeah, the People's Militia will be established to ensure the workers' security and deal with discontent. Okay, so that's an upgrade to the building we've got. We'll reduce discontent. Discontent will fall slightly, but we do have to build it. I think that's a perfectly reasonable thing, unless they start taking things into their own hands and take a swing at a couple of what do we call them? Engineers. We don't want to do that. We want to keep people happy. Alright, 40 wood, 40 steel, that's not too bad. Let's go ahead and get that upgrade right about now. Yeah, 2 wood and 21 steel. Nothing terrible at all. So you guys can upgrade that overnight. Alright, so what have we got? I hope the People's Militia won't be used against the people. It certainly hope so. All hail the militant arm of the working class. Okay, you know what? I now regret my decision. I don't think we should have done that. If that's the kind of attitudes that we're pushing forwards, yeah, that may have been a bit of a goof. And now, of course, we need to have people here. Okay, so... Oh, and we also need to employ people. Yes, we do. Well then, we're gonna go and... Oh, actually, we have a few more trees further back there. Hang on a second. Resources. Sawmills. Nope, never mind. Those trees are not in the field of play. Okay, well then, if that is the case, we have 213 wood here, 246. We'll take one worker from there, and we'll pop them over here. At least we have one People's Militia built. Oh, but this does increase motivation. Fantastic. That's what we want to see. All right, motivation up. That is so very nice. Okay. Well, I guess we'll come back and deal with this in the next one. So hopefully that turns out all right. So if you do want to see that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning into the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.